Hi guys, welcome to Brand X Reviews. Today is the 5th of February 2015. Today, the new trailer for the first trailer for the reboot of the Poltergeist film series franchise went online. I had no idea this film was even being made, let alone that a trailer was coming, so it really took me by surprise when I just saw it pop up on Facebook. Really love the original two films. If you're not quite familiar with the Poltergeist films, first one was directed by Tobe Hooper, who did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was made in 1982. I think it was produced by Steven Spielberg. Definitely had a Steven Spielberg feel to it as well, which was good because he was good at the time at doing really scary films like Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Stuff like that were kind of scary, whilst being kind of fantasy as well. But yeah, the first Poltergeist was good. The second one was great too. The third one was pretty terrible. It was like Die Hard crossed with, well, any generic haunted house film. It was set in a skyscraper or some kind of building. I can't even remember it. I saw it when I was younger. Really didn't like it. As far as I'm concerned, there's only Poltergeist 1 and 2. Great films. Got them on DVD. I'll probably get into them later on. But this trailer, anyway. Optimistically kind of cautious, I guess. It looks good. It doesn't look excellent or anything like that. It kind of reminded me of the Evil Dead reboot that was done back in 2013, I think. And that was actually produced by the same guy that's producing this, a film director called Sam Raimi. You may have heard of him. He's done a lot of good stuff. He directed the original Evil Dead trilogy. He did the Spider-Man films. He's done a lot of scary films. That's what he tends to be known most for. So yeah, I think he's producing this. It's not actually directed by him, but it's got his kind of touch to it. Which, as was the case with the Evil Dead remake, which wasn't a bad film. Wasn't as good as the originals, but it was perfectly good. Couldn't really fault it. I mean, when you do remakes of horror films, it can be difficult. Especially when you're kind of taking a concept and kind of modernising it a little bit by just throwing in things like modern day technology, all that kind of stuff, which seems to be what they're doing with this film. I mean, you see the trailer, and I think that the general theme of it is the same, though. To be fair, the idea of these things coming out of a TV and all that kind of stuff, and it preying on a little girl, it does seem to be a very close remake to the original, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, to be honest. Sometimes with remakes, they're actually better off just being as creative as possible and just kind of giving a nod to the original. But in this one, it does seem like it's more than that. It does seem like it is quite heavily a remake. So it can be tricky, so we'll see how it does. I wouldn't begrudge it. I mean, it's a good film. It's quite a dated film in a lot of ways. Just little things like the hairstyles, all that kind of stuff is dated when you watch it, but it's still very good and very. Oh man, I saw the first film, right? I was quite young. I would have been at primary school. I know that at least. So maybe what, like 9 or 10. No, I think the first film. Yeah, it's a 15 certificate. But my mother let me watch like scary films, like, well, violent films like Terminator and stuff when I was quite young. But it was with parental guidance, and to be fair, my mother was quite good with it. She didn't just kind of let me watch anything that freaked me out. She knew I could kind of handle it, and I did. But yeah, Poltergeist, Jesus, man. Whoa, there are some scary bits in this, and my sister will back me up on this too, because it used to scare the shit out of her. That bit with the clown, the toy clown, Jesus Christ, that is just... it still shits me up now watching it. Even just thinking about it just gets me...
Its form is revealed.
What is it?
Its focus is clear. And the games are over.
Bloody hell, man. If you haven't seen the film, you've got to watch the original Poltergeist. And the second one. The second one is good too. I think a lot of people slated the second one. But I mean, compared to the third one, the second one is a masterpiece. But I mean, I like the second one. It continued the characters, everything in it like that. I mean, you could sort of say, well, they're not a whole family because I think there was a sister in the family that wasn't in the second one. Because part of the thing that kind of let them win against these evil forces was that they were a family and they were all together and they stuck together and loved each other. But then by the third one, that was all out the window because they've just basically handed off the daughter to like the auntie, I think it was, played by Nancy Allen, who was police officer Lewis in RoboCop. Good actress, but yeah, I didn't buy that at all. They just kind of took concepts from the first two films, just shit all over them basically. But yeah, seriously, if you like the look of this trailer and you think it looks good, watch the original films, because I very much doubt this remake is going to top those films. But yeah, I don't want to ruin too much. I kind of mentioned the thing about the toy clown. If you haven't seen the film, I am not going to ruin that bit for you. I want that to scare the shit out of you. I've seen the film like 20 times, and it still scares me now. I'm just thinking of like blitzing things in my mind of just bits in the film that I would kind of love to tell you about. But like I say, if you haven't seen the films, watch them. I'm gonna kind of just not say that anymore. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, hopefully this film will be good. Anyway, like I say, it does seem to be quite closely following what happened in the original films. So we'll see. You know, that's pretty much all I can say without kind of giving spoilers away on the original films, and just kind of my basic thoughts on this trailer. There's a lot of films like this coming out that kind of remakes of the genre, like films like Insidious 1 and 2, which I thought those films were actually quite good. I think the general consensus was that the Insidious films were good, but I thought from a fantasy point of view, just fantasy storytelling, they were good. They weren't particularly scary like Poltergeist, but there was definitely, it was lending from that genre, the whole thing of, you know, creepy little kids kind of going missing, that kind of stuff, getting taken on the other side, and then some adults have to go on to the other side to bring them back. That's straight out of Poltergeist, is that. And I liked Insidious, so from that point of view, remakes of this film, either officially or unofficially, can be done, and they can be done quite well. Like I say, Insidious wasn't a direct remake like this is, and this is a direct remake because they're taking concepts. I mean, look at the cover, the little kid with her hands on the TV. That's in the trailer. So yeah, we will see. I keep saying we will see, but yeah, we will. So yeah, if you haven't seen the original films, check them out. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it there. So this is Brandix Reviews, and I'll probably be following this up with further updates. If there's any more trailers or anything, or when the film comes out, I'll probably do reviews. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, feel free to subscribe if you don't mind listening to me rant on like I've done here. There's also a Facebook page and a website, brandxreviews.com. You can find the links to the social media sections on the website. But also, if you want to take part in the mailbag section on the website, if you want to leave any questions like that, I will get around to answering them eventually on here. So, thank you very much for watching.